Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off the dishwasher's water supply underneath the sink. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Bosch Dishwasher roller and cable assembly. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get a set of rollers and cables. The roller and cable assembly is connected to the door spring and it assists the door in going up and down. The main reason you'll be changing it out is if it's damaged and the door isn't opening and closing properly. In order to change the part, we have to pull the dishwasher out from the cabinet. We're going to go underneath the sink and disconnect the lines. First thing we're going to do is remove your dishwasher drain line, follow it up to wherever it goes and remove the clamp. We're going to use a 5/16 on ours. Make sure that when you take these off, that you have some towels around. Both the water line and the drain line might put some water out. Next thing we have to do is remove the fill line. It's usually connected to the hot water tap. And of course, we already had that shut off and the power disconnected from earlier. But now we need to remove the line and we can take it off with a 5/8 inch wrench. Now that we have the lines disconnected underneath the sink, we can open up the dishwasher door and take the screws out that hold the dishwasher to the countertop. We're going to use our Phillips screwdriver to take them out. Once you have both screws out, we're going to take the lower dish rack out and set it aside. All you have to do is pull it out till it's free, then lift it off. To get the dishwasher out of the cabinet, we're going to close the door and carefully use it to pull the dishwasher out a little bit. Once you have it out, you can close the door and use the frame to pull it out the rest of the way. Once you have the dishwasher out of the way, we can go around back and use a Phillips screwdriver to remove the two screws that hold the body to the base. Now that we have the screws out, we're going to lay a towel down to protect the floor and catch any water that may come out. Once you have the towel down, we're going to carefully lay the dishwasher on its back. Now that we have the dishwasher on its back, we're going to use a Phillips screwdriver to take out the screws that hold the access panel on. Once you have both screws off, you can lift the panel off and set it aside. Now we're going to take the hinge covers and the cables off the hinges on each side. We're just going to rotate the cover down and pull it out of the hole. Once you have it off, you can set it aside. Then we're going to take the cable off the hinge. All you have to do is lift up on it so it comes off the hinge and let it go. Once you have that off, we can go do the one on the other side. Now that we have the cables off the hinges, we're going to remove the other ends from the springs. There are a couple different types of springs. Some just have a loop that you can just hook this into. Ours is hooked into this bracket. In order to make it easier to get out, we're going to use a small flathead screwdriver and pop out the hinge bracket. And then we can lift it up. All you have to do is unhook it, and you can set the spring aside. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now that we have those off on both sides, we can remove the screws that hold the base to the frame. We're going to use a Phillips screwdriver to take out the 4 screws. Before we pull the base off, you want to make sure you take this hose out from underneath this clip so you have enough room to pull the base down. Once you have the hose out of the way, we're going to carefully pull down on the base. You don't want to pull it down all the way, just pull it down far enough so you can see the rollers. Once you have it free, you want to turn the roller counterclockwise to release it, and you can pull the assembly out. The other side comes out the same way. On this side, we're going to turn it clockwise to release it. Once you have the tab free, you can pull it out. Here's the old roller and cables next to the new ones. If you already have this, great. If not, you can get it at appliancepartspros.com. Looks like they redesigned it, but it's pretty much the same design. We have the locking tab up here just like the old ones. So we have to run the cables through. So we're going to run it through so the spring end ends up here, up by the roller part. So we're just going to put it through on this end and up around on this end. Once you have this one in, you can put the other one in. Once you have them both put together, we can put them into the dishwasher. To put the roller and cable assembly on, we're first going to feed the spring end down into the base and pull it out down the other end. And then we have to line up the locking tab with the cutout here. Once you have that in place, you can rotate it counterclockwise to lock it in. And then we can push the base up enough to hold this side on while we go put the other side on. Once you have the cable in, then we can line it up on the opening. Once you have the locking tab lined up in there, you can rotate it clockwise, lift it up to lock it into place. Once you have it in there, we can carefully push up on the base so it goes back up and we can put the screws in. As you're pushing up on the base, you want to make sure that the hose goes underneath the clip and close the cover on the wires if it came open. Once you have it up all the way, we can use the Phillips screwdriver to put the screws in. Now that we have the screws back in, we can connect the cables to the springs. To hook the cables up, we're just going to set them into the spring and rotate them around so they lock into place. Once you have it in, we can push the bracket back into the base. The other one goes in the same way. Now we can grab the other end of the cable and hook it onto the hinge. There's the long opening on this side. That's where we're going to hook it on. So you just have to stretch it out a little bit and hook it onto the hinge. Once you have it on the hinge, we can put the cover back on. All you have to do is line up the pin with the hole right here and push it in. And then we can rotate it up and lock it into place. Once you have this side done, we can go do the other side. Once you have that on, we can put the access panel back on. To put the access panel on, all you have to do is set it into place. Once you have it in there, we can use a Phillips screwdriver to put the screws in. Now that we have the access panel on, we can put the dishwasher back on its feet. Once you have the dishwasher up on its feet, you can pull the towel out and set it aside. We can come around back and use our Phillips screwdriver to put in the two screws that holds the back to the base. Now that we have those two screws in, we can put the dishwasher back into the cabinet. First thing we need to do is put the lines back through the cabinet. We want to push the dishwasher in about halfway and then go underneath the sink and pull on the hoses to make sure that they're not kinked or caught on anything underneath. We can push it back into the counter. We can hook back up the lines. So we're going to hook up the water line and use our 5/8 inch wrench to tighten it down. Then we can hook up the drain line back up to the air gap. All you have to do is push it on and tighten down the clamp using your 5/16 nut driver or screwdriver. Now that we have the lines connected, can close the cabinets and open up the dishwasher. We're going to use our Phillips screwdriver to put in the screws that hold it to the countertop. Once you have both screws in, we can grab the lower dish rack and put it back in. All you have to do is set it on the door and push it all the way in. Once you have it in, you can close the dishwasher door, plug it back in, turn the water back on, take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.